Hello, and welcome back to my series where I review every single Destiny 2 campaign from the Red War to the final shape. Today, we're going to be looking at Warmind, the third campaign and the second DLC for Destiny 2. For a TLDR, this campaign sucks. And I don't know if I think it's worse than Curse of Osiris, but they're pretty close. I think I'll figure it out by the end of this review. And just like Curse of Osiris, this campaign uses pre-established characters and lore from Destiny 1 and manages to smear shit all over it and turn it into another Villain of the Week story instead of focusing on taking the interesting story elements and making a good story out of it. But hey, another garbage campaign, just another day at the office. Before we begin, I want to thank Gamer's Little Playground for putting the footage on YouTube. Since the expansion and this campaign are no longer in the game, no commentary gameplays like this are great for a channel like mine who want to further analyze it. Their channel is linked in the description, so check them out. Now let's get right into it with a cutscene that I don't really have a ton of problems with, to be honest. It's basically Zavala reflecting on the Red War, and although it is a little surface level and doesn't add a whole lot of nuance or anything like that, it's still not too bad. The music is good, Lance Riddick, God rest his soul, does a great job with the voiceover. It's fine, once again, no real issues here.
In the shadow of the light, our universe is a beautiful, terrible place. Where I once saw miracles, now I see monsters. Someone has to. We have to. That's what a Guardian does.
Then we get another cutscene with a new character who says that Guardians aren't supposed to look into their past, and that this is a rule that we totally knew about. Then she has these scanning eye things. Damn, I'd like to have those for myself. This new character, Bray, tells us that the building that she's scanning was used to colonize Mars, and it also happens to be the house of the most powerful weapon humanity ever built. Then warsats fall out of the sky, smashing the ice below, and she starts running across it to fight the Hive. Why not just take your ship to the facility? Oh wait, we need to have a glossy cutscene instead of developing a compelling story. We need to make sure all the Zoomers, like me, aren't bored and aren't looking at their phones waiting for the gameplay to start. So yeah, I don't really care for shit like this. I didn't care about it in the Curse of Osiris campaign, and I still do not care now. There's just no stakes, no impact to anything, because I know they'll be fine. It's not even super cool or interesting to me. It's just a bunch of wasted talent that could be spent creating cutscenes to create a compelling narrative. We get another exposition dump that isn't natural at all, just something that Anna already explained. Anna sends out a distress signal, we pick it up, and our ghost is an uptight bitch about it.
This frequency is reserved for official Vanguard business. So look, whoever this is...
That's cute. You've got one of the uptight ghosts.
Uptight?
Then we land and get into the first mission. Our ghost is fucking dumb enough to ask what is so important on Mars. Man, I don't know, maybe it just might have to do with the most important weapon in the fucking solar system or something. So we're fighting Hive this time, but they have ice on them, so they're different. Okay, I really don't understand what's so different about them. They have ice on them, I guess. The mission is standard, like any old Destiny mission. Kill some baddies in a cool looking set piece that you have zero interaction with, maybe besides some jumping. And keep in mind, the area does look really cool and reminds me of Europa, thanks to all the, well, ice. But you're not really doing anything. There are no turrets or tanks or fun little mechanics, it's just walking and shooting. Apparently we can't call the Vanguard because Zavala wants to keep the past behind us, even though he's fine with the Iron Banner and running the Vanguard operations involving Siva and the Iron Lords, remnants of the city's past. The Warmind is a treasure trove of Golden Age tech that could be used to destroy the darkness. Surely this is more important than a bunch of dead Guardians, right? Whatever, we have to make Zavala contrarian for no reason, alright? I'm Bungie, I can't write people.
We found a Golden Age research facility buried inside a glacier. Where do you think? Meet me at the entrance to Clovis Bray.
What the fuck was that dialogue? Anyway, we kill more enemies and head to the Clovis Bray facility, and along the way we learn that Rasputin has always been on Mars, and whenever we spoke to him in Destiny 1 on Earth, it was actually just a sub-mind. You know, I guess that's kind of cool. Then we fight Cabal, and to literally no one's surprise, they're no different from how they worked in the Red War. After killing some more Cabal, we finally get access to the facility, and now we have to kill more enemies. The mission continues to be pretty uneventful up until the point where we get to use this item called a Valkyrie. It's basically just an overpowered spear, but it's still better than the constant shooting the same gun all the time that you've been shooting for fucking hours. So after killing a ton of enemies, the door opens and we get to hear more of Anna's atrocious voice acting. Okay, something I should get out of the way first is I don't want to start a witch hunt. I don't hate the voice actress, nor do I think she's bad. More rather, she's most likely just wasn't directed well, since I've heard her work before in other games, and she's not too bad. I just wanted to bring that up so morons don't think I'm hating on this person or something. I don't hate them at all. So we get a cutscene where Zavala is inside the facility? Wait, how the fuck did he get in there? How did he know we were here? Anyway, Zavala gets pouty because we want to mess with the machine god that he loves so much in Destiny 1.
What do you think you're doing? Do you have any idea how dangerous this thing is?
Accusing Anna of not helping during the Red War and instead pursuing her past, which again is something she isn't supposed to do for some reason. It's never explained why. It's just like a rule, I guess. Well, Anna makes one point and Zavala backs down. Damn, the Red War hurt you really that bad, Zavala? Jesus. We hear an oddly weird sounding roar to divert the plot from something interesting and instead focus on some boring villain who's gonna die in a couple missions.
Okay. We should really figure out exactly what's doing that.
I can tell you. Rasputin was not the only thing to awaken on Mars.
Also, I know this is really nitpicking, but couldn't we just get a fade to black? Why does it have to be a hard cut to black with a fucking thud sound effect? Jesus, okay, so now we get to interact with Anna as a quest NPC. And apparently the name of the fucking DLC isn't as important as the worm bad guy called Xol. It really doesn't matter though, because he'll be dead soon anyway. And we go back to Earth. Yeah, once again, instead of engaging or interacting with the new planet presented before us, or literally doing anything interesting with it at all, we're pushed back to the old content with the EDZ. So apparently Xol needs to be drawn to us using some sort of intense power, so Zavala decides that if we steal a different shard of the Traveler, we can draw it to Xol and then kill him. Once again, we have shards of the Traveler that aren't being excavated or removed so that other enemies of humanity can't get their hands on them. If anyone in the tower used their brain literally at all, we would already have these shards in the last city and we could just grab one and go back to Mars. Now that I think about it, wouldn't bringing back the shard to the last city also allow them to study it and understand it better? Maybe giving us some new power? No. That's too complex of a question for Destiny. No. Go on and go kill the fucking worm guy. Sure, we've beaten other Hive dudes like Crota and Oryx, but the Worm Gods are what gave the Hive their powers. They're literally incredibly powerful giant beings, so how will we defeat it? Using overwhelming power of the light or something? Well, Zavala doesn't really have an answer. He just deflects and moves on.
Zavala, assuming this fragment bait plan works, how do you expect to take down Xol without Rasputin?
I won't have this discussion again.
Bungie, I get you want to make Zavala hate Rasputin and all, but Zavala is a war commander. He has to weigh the odds and decide what will win the day and keep the people of the city safe. Look at what happened last time. We nearly lost everything. Going back to the way it was before doesn't work anymore, and I would assume that Zavala would have easily noticed that.
Way to stop Xol. We need the Valkyrie.
We've won against impossible odds before, without Rasputin.
Okay, motherfucker, you cannot keep relying on being lucky all the time. We literally only won the last time in the Red War because we had the balls to touch the shard of the Traveler while you wallowed in your sorrows on Titan. So you defend the shard, it's kinda lame. Then a Warsat shoots the shard so you can take an even smaller shard, and Anna brags about how she can control Rasputin and that he was built to protect humanity. Is this getting old for you as well? Like, we get it, Rasputin is amazing, so go suck his robo-cock somewhere else or something. The next mission is okay, I guess. We take the shard back to Mars and go into one of Xol's tunnels. There's some light mechanics ripped from Sabathun's song, and we run into a wizard named Nokris and wait. So this is a strike. Not really surprised at this point, but yes, this is a strike which ends with us killing Nokris. Speaking of which, Nokris is actually a really dope design. There's a much more sinister look to the boss, and I really appreciate the work that Bungie put into the design. If only more work could have been put into making the boss interesting. The arena is also really nice with these curved hive spikes that kind of remind me of ribs, which works really well with the arena being used as some sort of summoning circle. It doesn't help though that the fight is lame as hell. You shoot Nokris for a bit, and then they go immune, and the only way to break it is to use the orbs that you throw at these giant crystals. Yeah, it's a pretty lame fight, but whatever. So you place the shard on the summoning circle and Xol shows up. I mean, yeah, there is. I'm literally standing right fucking here.
You have zero bitches.
Hey man, what the fuck?
You are nothing, you have no purpose. You should drown yourself now so you can piece it out like space with power to fuck up the little princess out in a science beach.
Okay, come on. Jesus, dude, calm down. Damn, I don't remember all that. Huh. Anyway, a bunch of snow falls on us, but we're fine. Anna tells us that Xol is going to backshot Rasputin and we need to stop him.
Xol is heading directly for the Clovis Spray facility and Rasputin. If Rasputin dies, the Javelin goes with him. Xol wins.
Very well. And my reservations about the Warmind aren't as important as defeating Xol. We do this together. What do you say, Guardian?
We say it's about time.
Zavala finally puts his reservations aside to fight Xol, but Zavala, what happened to defeating the enemies against all odds, huh? Whatever happened to being really fucking lucky? Did you realize you were wrong, you fucking dunce? So now on to the last mission. Wait, we're at the last mission already? How long has it been? Fuck, okay, so we shoot through a ton of bad guys, and then we have to shoot some power limiters, I know, so that we can overcharge the Valkyrie. I kinda wish the mechanic was something other than shooting, but it's better than nothing, I guess.
I'll try to stabilize it. Defend the area.
Are you fucking kidding me? What is this, Destiny 1?
Stabilized. Kind of. But the Valkyrie is ready.
Now I get to use the Valkyrie, and admittedly, it's a ton of fun. It's very basic, no different from the Hive sword, but an addition that really helps break up the monotony of constant shooting everything. Oh shit, now we get to fight this dude.
I will literally fucking do that.
Take this, motherfucker, and this!
You have no money, no bitches, no car, no losing 5% time to fight your bitch ass. You're literally a start our game.
Backshot, 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 backshot.
What the fuck was that?
I can't believe it. You did it. You took down a worm god.
We all did. We're a team now. A good one.
So after defeating Xol, we finally get to talk to Rasputin. It only took the entire campaign to talk to a character whose name is literally the title of the fucking DLC.
Yo, what's up, nigga?
Wait, why does Rasputin sound like that?
The Bray family shaped me to be an all-seeing savior, while your vanguard sought to wield me as a primitive weapon.
That is not what I said. Hey, let me see that ass you got there. I am a literal god. You cannot destroy me.
I have no equal.
So bow down to your new supreme ruler, bitch.
What have we done?
Don't worry. We've got this.
We got this? I'm sorry, but this motherfucker literally just told us he was a god, and we got this? Jesus. Well anyway, the campaign is now over. That's it. The campaign totals in at just over an hour, including all the cutscenes. This DLC at release was $20. This DLC nearly killed Destiny. While I will say that this DLC did make improvements in terms of moment-to-moment gameplay and quality of life changes, I would still say that overall it is better than Curse of Osiris, but it cannot be understated how bullshit it is to charge this much money for content that is, at its best, just killing some bad guy, which we literally do all the fucking time. Thank God Bungie cleaned up their act and delivered a story worthwhile with Season of the Seraph. It's a great story that I genuinely enjoyed from beginning to end.
Anna could not know how many lives she spared by deviating from Clovis's agenda. By teaching me independent thought, and all that her grandfather had deemed irrelevant. Art, literature, history, philosophy, music, Where Clovis saw a weapon, Anna saw a mind ready to be opened. I came to see the true value of humanity. As fragile as it was wondrous. Something worthy of protection at any cost.
We learned so much more in a single $10 season than we have learned than ever before with all of the other content combined. The most unfortunate part is that almost none of the story content involving around Rasputin is available to play anymore. Ain't that a bitch?